President Obama has said he has a pen and a phone. He might need a lawyer. House Speaker John Boehner says he may sue the president for exceeding his constitutional authority and abusing his executive power. Mark Hanna was an aide on Senator Kerry's campaign in 2004, also on the Obama team. And in 2008, Tyler Harbor is a Republican pollster and campaign communications expert. Gentlemen, hello to both of you.
Hey, Bill.
Tyler, we going to see John Boehner go after the president here? I mean,
absolutely.
We're told in a couple days he's going to make a call.
Absolutely. I think he's going to go for it. And frankly, he should have gone for it before, because we've seen a president that by any other reasonable definition would be a criminal. He broke the law. He exceeded his constitutional powers and has used the executive orders, ranging from trying to tweak Obamacare so it wasn't such a burden on Democrats during the election year, to trading terrorists that have gone back onto the battlefield to fight against Americans and kill Americans. So absolutely, this is something that must be done, and it's provided for in the checks and balances.
All right. You know, I tell you what, Mark, I'd like to be in the conversation when the papers are served, when this happens now. Go ahead and respond to Tyler, Mark.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to ask Tyler what laws are being broken by the president. Let's not forget that this sort of executive order has been enshrined in the Constitution, is protected by the Constitution, has been enacted by, this president has offered fewer executive orders than any president in modern American history. You'd have to go back to Grover Cleveland to find a president who's issued as few executive orders, rather.
So, okay,
as President Obama.
Let's cut through it. So, like, what would be the grounds for such a suit? All right. Now, we don't know, and Boehner's spokesperson put out a statement about that. I'll get to that in a moment. But there are possibilities that would include directing the Department of Labor to extend family leave to same-sex couples, raising the minimum wage for federal contractors, halting deportations for many kids living in the United States. House Republicans have been pushing this for a while now, citing a series of changes that the president himself has made to his own implementation of Obamacare. There's your foundation, Tyler. Does it go anywhere?
Yeah, it's a very clear violation. And to say that he has issued fewer executive orders is like saying I broke fewer laws by just murdering one person instead of getting 25 speeding tickets, right? It doesn't matter about the quantity of the executive orders. It matters what they did.
Okay, so let's talk, Tyler, about the quality of executive orders. In 2008, John Boehner urged President Bush to sign an executive order protecting an old ship. Like these are trivial abuses of executive power. If you want to say that,
how does that break the law like Obama did? Obama broke the law.
Hang on, guys. What Boehner's team would argue is that the items I just cited are not trivial. They don't deal with shipwrecks. Now,
no,
here's what Michael Steele said. The president has a clear record of ignoring the American people's elected representatives and exceeding his constitutional authority, which has dangerous implications for both our system of government and our economy. The House has passed legislation to address this, but it has gone nowhere in the Democratic-controlled Senate, so we are examining other options. Back to you, Mark.
Bill, the two things that each of those items you listed have in common is that they have, whether it's decreasing pollution for public health reasons, which is in accordance with the Clean Air Act of 1970 that Richard Nixon, a Republican president, signed, or making sure that federal contractors aren't paying their employees poverty wages. The two things each of those have in all of these have in common is that they have broad support from the American people, and that an inept Congress couldn't pass any legislation that would enact or forward any of this. So instead of trying to do it the old-fashioned Democratic way, like passing a law that would constrain the White House's executive power, what John Boehner is doing is typical of lawyers. He's going to sue the White House. I understand the point you're making, Mark. Tyler, wrap it up. Will this happen or not, do you think?
Yeah, I think it'll move forward. I think it's a very delicate process because, frankly, there's not really a precedent for it. Sure, there has been checks and balances previously, but it's a little different. And breaking the law for public good, Obama's no Robin Hood. He definitely broke the law.
This is what we get when we have lawyers in Congress.
Well, Boehner's not a lawyer.
Lawsuits like this all the time.
He's a bartender. Gentlemen, thank you. I'm using his words right. Mark Hanna and Tyler Harbor. Thank you, gentlemen. To both of you.